Hey guys, it's Pam Plays Games. Welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. I am finally back at Skyhold, as you can see. I just went and did a bunch of selling of armor and things that I didn't need, re-equipped a couple people, and I know I said I'm going to Halamshiral, the Winter Palace, and I am, but first I wanted to do these upgrades here. I was going to do the infirmary, and then I also have to go up there so I can do the mage tower. But first, let's check out our infirmary that we just put up.
Inquisitor, I'll ask around again tomorrow. Well,
Because we were basically dealing with people in the open courtyard. You know, now they're being cared for in an actual, like, environment where they can hopefully get a little bit better care. So that's that. And then we'll run up here, and I also want to take care of the Cullen quest while we're still in Skyhold. It's the next step in his big thing. So here's our mage tower. Or it can be either a mage or a Templar tower, but it all depends on which faction you went. Depending on which faction you went with, you could choose the other, or I always choose to stay with the faction that I chose. So I've got the mages. There's my Circle of Magi banner crown, and there's the tower. And now, before it was just kind of empty, and now we've got mages in here.
proper mage tower. Every castle needs one.
Also up here sometimes is that Inquisition guy. He'll occasionally appear on the top of this tower, which is why I'm climbing all the way up. And he is not here, but gosh, it's a nice view of Skyhold, isn't it? There's my quarters up there. Just a little bit ostentatious. I don't think you can jump down from here. You know, there's an invisible wall. I mean, you could, but why would you? Anyway, so I'll just go back down. We'll go see Cullen. This is not the kind of game that you run around as fast as you can in. Oh, now I've got some mages on the outside hanging out. Nice Inquisition banners everywhere. I really do. Every time I come back to this game, I'm just reminded all over again how pretty it is, and just, you know, birds diving at my face. Just how much I enjoy. I just like going through Skyhold. I mean, there's nothing particularly, you know, different each time I come. I mean, now that I've unlocked everything and it's all open to me, I've got all my modifications and everything, but it's just a lovely place to be. And I just like that you can make it your own in various little ways. Incidentally, I am still looking. I'm going to have to look up where to find that stupid book, just because I want to finish Cullen's, or that Templar thing, but...
If you're looking for the commander, he's gone to speak with Seeker Pentecost.
So now we're going to go back the way we came. And we're going to have some odd little hiccups. It used to do that a lot more. I have to say, at least at Bandicam, I have much fewer of those kind of weird hiccups. So I finally got a Nintendo Switch, which I've been wanting for a while, and I have been a little bit absent because of that. I've been playing Breath of the Wild and Mario Kart 8, and I'm having so much fun with both of them.
You asked for my opinion, and I've given it. Why would you expect it to change?
I expect you to keep your word. It's relentless. I can't...
You give yourself too little credit.
If I'm unable to fulfill what vows I kept, then nothing good has come of this. Would you rather save face than admit... We will speak of this later.
And people say I'm stubborn. This is ridiculous. Cullen told you that he's no longer taking lyrium.
It seemed very important to him.
It's not a decision to be made lightly. But now, Cullen has asked that I recommend a replacement for him. I refused. It's not necessary. Besides, it would destroy him. He's come so far.
Is there anything we can do to change his mind?
If anyone could, it's you. Mages have made their suffering known, but Templars never have. They are bound to the Order, mind and soul, with someone always holding their lyrium leash. Cullen has a chance to break that leash, to prove to himself, and anyone who would follow suit, that it's possible. He can do this. I knew that when we met in Kirkwall. Talk to him. Decide if now is the time.
So yeah, Cullen is definitely starting to feel the strain of withdrawal, and obviously it's pretty difficult for him. This can be really interesting if you've started a relationship with him, because it's like you want to do what's best for him. It's hard seeing him suffer. Ultimately, you have to make the choice. Oh, right, one more. Of whether he's going to stay on it or stay off of it.
Maker's breath. I didn't hear you enter. Forgive me.
Cullen, if you need to talk...
You don't have... I never meant for this to interfere.
I believe you.
But whatever good it does, promises me nothing if I cannot keep it. Did you know Ferelden's circle was taken over by abominations? I was there. The Templars, my friends, were slaughtered. I was tortured. They tried to break my mind, and I... How can you be the same person after that? Still, I wanted to serve. They sent me to Kirkwall. I trusted my Knight Commander, and for what? A fear of mages ended in madness. Kirkwall's circle fell. Innocent people died in the streets. Can't you see why I want nothing to do with that life?
Of course I can.
Don't. You should be questioning what I've done. I thought this would be better. That I would regain some control over my life, but these thoughts won't leave me. How many lives depend on our success? I swore myself to this cause. I will not give less to the Inquisition than I did to Chantry. I should be taking it. I should be taking it.
So that's it? Things get difficult and you back down?
That's not...
You've built an army. Are you capable of leading it?
Yes, Inquisitor.
Then carry on as you were. Without lyrium. Do you need that in writing?
That won't be necessary.
You do have to feel for Cullen. Excuse me, even though he shoves me out of the way, dealing with what he's going through. He's talking obviously about the stuff that happened in Dragon Age Origins. He was a Templar in the Circle, and if you played a mage, if you played a female mage, you could even flirt with him before he ran away, blushing. And then later on you'd come back to the Circle and meet him again when he was going through what he describes there, which is pretty horrific, really. And yes, then he played a larger role in Dragon Age 2. He really has this interesting journey throughout the games, and I like that they didn't, you know, just... They made him, you know, change. Like, if you play a mage in this game, he says, you know, I had a different view of mages then than I do now. And you can even romance him if you're playing a female mage. So, it's I really like that he has this progression. And it isn't all just wiped under the rug either. You know, still has bad dreams. He still has nightmares. He's still struggling with what happened. Okay, so I went and did a few of these quests, and you can see I've still got everything out. But since I did say we were going to do this, Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts...
Have you had any trouble with them?
Not at all. I will inform you if that changes.
I believe I'm up to like level 17 or 18, so obviously I'm over-leveled for this.
We have to reach the Empress before Corypheus. The only question is, how?
We know how. I have our way in. The real question is, where is our enemy hiding? At the urging of Grand Duchess Florian, the Empress is holding a ball. Absolutely everyone will be there. During the festivities, Celine will be meeting for peace talks with the usurper Duke Gaspard and Ambassador Briala.
The assassin must be hiding within one of these factions.
Now, you can learn quite a bit here if you haven't read the Hidden Throne. Is it the Hidden Throne? I can't remember which one. One of the books that deals with all this political backstory.
Do we need to go to the peace talks? The Empress must have personal guards. We could just warn her she's in danger.
We've made the attempt, but...
It seems that our messages never reached her. Someone intercepted them.
It's better that we don't leave this to chance. If Orlais falls to Corypheus, no land is safe.
What do we know about Duke Gaspard?
The man who would have been Emperor. He's Celine's cousin, and was first in line to inherit the throne when Emperor Florian died. Celine outmaneuvered him. She won over the Council of Heralds, who hold authority over title disputes. She became Empress, and he a general in the Imperial Army. He's well loved by the troops. He's also a chevalier. Most of their number sided with him when he turned on the Empress.
Aren't the chevaliers part of the army? Why would they follow the Duke?
Most chevaliers are sworn to serve the crown, but that does not give them faith in the person wearing it. The Empress has tried to improve relations with Ferelden and Navarra. The chevaliers see her as anti-military. They believe Gaspard could lead the Empire back to the glory of Draken's expansion years.
Who is this Ambassador Briala?
An ambassador in name only. She has organized the elves of Halamshiral into an underground army. The Empress invited her to the peace talks in a bid to gain the elves' alliance in the war. That would be scandal enough, without the rumor that Briala is a jilted lover of Celine's. A personal grudge and a network of saboteurs at her command. Promising lead.
Wait, the elven leader is a jilted lover of the Empress.
It's not widely known. Just a rumor whispered among the palace servants a few years ago. If it's true and were to get out, the Empress and an elf. The scandal could destroy Celine's court. Even if
It's all true, of course.
Briala could use it to blackmail the Empress. She has some connection to the throne.
Tell me everything we know about the Empress.
Empress Celine is a renowned diplomat and reformer. She works tirelessly to secure peace for the Empire. Unfortunately, many Orlesians view peace as complacency. She has yet to name an heir, leaving the future of the Empire in doubt if anything happens to her. Especially when the next in line is her cousin Gaspard, who's made few friends on the Council of Heralds.
Celine is surrounded at all times by countless guards, courtiers, servants, and vassals. What better place for an assassin to hide than the Empress's own household?
How can Gaspard still be next in line while he wages war against his Empress?
The title Grand Duke indicates that he was a prince before the Empress took the throne.
You've given me plenty to think about.
With Gaspard and Celine's armies entrenched, we cannot openly march troops to the palace.
My agents will ensure your soldiers get inside. But it must be a few at a time to avoid attention.
Understood. Just give the word. We'll begin.
An assassin is stalking the Empress. Celine's death would plunge Orlais into chaos, leaving it an easy target for Corypheus. At the Winter Palace of Halamshiral, Celine is holding peace talks with her rebellious cousin Grand Duke Gaspard under the guise of a grand ball. Every noble in the Empire will attend, making it the perfect place and time for Corypheus's assassin to strike. We can arrange an invitation to attend to keep him from destroying Orlais, if we hurry. Yes, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I tend to put off Halamshiral only because it's kind of tedious, I guess. I'm going to take, Cassandra. And, maybe I'll take Varric. Like, all of your party members are here anyway, but these are the ones who will actually be active with you. If you take Sarah, you can get some Red Jenny stuff, but I think I'm going to go with Varric. Varric Tethras. I heard it. Sounded like something fell. The Soul Canto. Yeah, so I did get a Nintendo Switch finally. I was not able to get one when they first came out, and I was really wanting to, because I was watching Game Grumps playing Breath of the Wild, and it just looked so fun and so beautiful. And I'm not usually, I think I've mentioned this before, I'm not usually into open world stuff, but like, I felt very intrigued by the idea, and I hadn't played a Zelda game since possibly the original. My brother and I had an NES when we were kids, and we had like Duck Hunt and Super Mario Brothers, and I know we had Legend of Zelda because I played it a lot, and I played Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario Brothers 2 and 3, and there were other games as well, but those were the main ones that I remember. And Breath of the Wild just looked like this beautiful, innovative new version. And I was like, I gotta try this. So I finally got one. ThinkGeek had bundles. It wasn't really a sale, but it was like the best way that I could find to get one that would actually get what I wanted and not a bunch of stuff that I didn't want. So I got that, and I got Mario Kart 8. I've never played a Mario Kart game, so that's been fun. Kind of a learning curve. And then I'm going to get Fire Emblem Warriors when that comes out later this month, I think.
The political situation in Halamshiral hangs by a thread. The Empress fears our presence could sever it. The Grand Duke is only too happy to have us at the ball as his guests, so our invitation comes from him. Whether we act as his allies or upset the balance of power, he gains an opportunity, if not a clear advantage.
Now, I'm not a big fan of Gaspard, but I understand why he's doing what he's doing.
It is a great pleasure to meet you, Inquisitor Lavellen. The rumors coming out of the Western Approach say you battled an army of demons. Imagine what the Inquisition could accomplish with the full support of the rightful Emperor of Orlais.
I can see many benefits to such an alliance.
Keep the image firmly in mind. We may see it materialize by the end of the evening. I am not a man who forgets his friends, Inquisitor. You help me, I'll help you. Prepared to shock the Assembly by appearing as the guest of a hateful usurper, my lord? They will be telling stories of this into the next age.
I can't imagine that crowd has seen anything better than us in their entire lives.
I knew we would get along famously, Inquisitor. As a friend, perhaps there is a matter you could undertake this evening. This elven woman, Briala, I suspect that she intends to disrupt the negotiations. My people have found these ambassadors all over the fortifications. Sabotage seems the least of their crimes.
That sounds like something I should look into.
Be as discreet as possible. I detest the game, but if we do not play it well, our enemies will make us look like villains. We're keeping the court waiting, Inquisitor. Shall we?
Is that the Inquisitor?
An elf savage! Oh, make a forbid!
This is Gaspard's idea of a joke.
Court approval. Orlesian nobility looks down on elves. The court watches you with a critical eye. Yeah, this is one thing that's frustrating. And I mean, it's obviously it's just part of the game, but it's like, if you play an elf, if you play a dwarf, I think they look down on you. Canary get even more disapproval. Only humans will get actual approval. And you'll find things that you do that will raise or lower your approval.
You there!
Rabbit! Have you seen a ring anywhere? It was a gift from the Countess Montbelliard, enchanted by the Fomari. I cannot go into the ball without it.
That's a terrible predicament.
If the Countess finds out, make her have mercy. Should you happen upon it, I beg you, let me know.
So this is the kind of thing that you can do, even though she started out insulting you by calling you Rabbit. Find the ring, take it back to her, win some approval. Maybe he's not that bad.
Maker, what am I going to do if I cannot find my ring?
Is this the ring you were looking for?
You are a treasure! I cannot believe you found it! You have saved me a lifetime of mortification. How can I thank you enough?
Yeah, so you have to keep an eye on your approval, because it will go down depending on certain things you do. But it's also not that difficult to get it up. And then the other thing about this is that you can't do all of the things. You just can't. You have to run around and do certain things to get around in here, including finding these Hala statuettes, which I find, an elf would find incredibly insulting because Hala were there. We've seen Hala in the Exalted Plains. They're their mode of transportation, and they ride them and everything.
This is a private conversation. Please leave.
So you can come around here and look for these circles. There will be a red circle on the ground. And I think I have to wait for them to move. There's the storage key for that one area downstairs. Here we go. Here's an eavesdropping location.
Any word from the front lines?
My spies said the bodies were beyond counting.
Surely the Empress will put an end to the war tonight.
Pray, my friend. If the Maker does not hear us now, just pray.
So you can get useful gossip and secrets, and that'll also help with your standing. You deliver them to Liliana. I've never been able to get all of those either. So mostly Halamshiral is about trying not to freak everybody out. There's secret correspondence, so that's the first thing. You can get some loot here, and ultimately trying to end the peace talks successfully. So you can basically promote any of the three, or all of them technically, in order to secure a peaceful future for Orlais. Where's that one? There it is. There's one of the hollow statues. There's also one in my quarters, which is kind of nice.
Is it true the Inquisitor was handed out of the Fade by Andraste?
And all of this stuff that you're doing running around here doesn't get you in any trouble. You can lose approval later on, after you're introduced, and then there's also some stuff that you have to do running around that will cost you approval over time. So you just kind of have to be careful. So you could save this statuette. There's just more doors than there's room for. Then there's more doors to open than there are Hala to open them with. But that shows you how that whole thing works. You have to have the statues in order to proceed into certain doors. But you don't really have to do any of that stuff. I mean, I don't need any of this. I could have saved that Hala now, but you can't take it back either. The other kind of funny thing is, like, from here you can see there's a lot more to the castle that we're just not going to be able to get to, but one of the last DLC, Trespasser, will give us quite a bit of that. So that's all I can do for right now.
Inquisitor, a moment, if you please. I must warn you before you go inside. How you speak to the court is a matter of life and death. It is no simple matter of etiquette and protocol. Every word, every gesture is measured and evaluated for weakness.
Don't they sound delightful? I'm shocked we haven't invited the court to dinner at Skyhold.
The game is like Wicked Grace played to the death. You must never reveal your cards. When you meet the Empress, the eyes of the entire court will be upon you. You are safer in the Fade with the Fear Demon.
You're just full of joy and light this evening.
Everything will be fine. And
Sure.
Raste watch over us all.
So yeah, the game is this overarching Orlesian thing where you pretty much have to constantly watch everything you say and everything you do, who you talk to, who you don't talk to. You know, they will, somebody's watching everything and they judge you accordingly. It's really like the ultimate, this would be my nightmare. I would not be able to pull this off in real life because I don't enjoy this kind of game playing, but obviously there are people who do. And it's a Behemoth, although it doesn't look like a Behemoth in Final Fantasy, does it? The Pentaghasts are Navara, Seers, and the Alls met. Yeah, sorry. Always yawning. That's what the whole approval thing is about. Because people are going to pay attention and then the gossip starts spreading. That's why the whole idea of Celine, I nearly called her Celeste, Celine being an elf is nigh unforgivable because elves are, you know, slaves and servants. Elves cannot be considered equal. So the idea of Briala just coming up and very forwardly stating that she is the ambassador of the elves of Halamshiral is scandalous by anyone else's measure. But yeah, the novel was interesting. A lot of this political stuff. They haven't even mentioned... we'll get to it, I'm sure. I think Liliana tells us about. So I'm already starting to look for these red circles.
The Inquisition backing Gaspard would make Celine nervous. You know how pious she is.
There's various places that you can go, but some of them you just can't go to yet.
I had no idea.
Oh, good. So I got something out of that. Nobody to really talk to in here yet.
Interesting.
You can talk to all your companions while you're here.
Just gossip.
Did I get something? Oh. So I didn't get something out of that one. I think there's another up here, maybe? All these doors are locked right now, so I'm not even going to bother with them. There's some dwarves here, which is kind of cool.
How long can Orzammar hold out with trade disrupted? We have reserves of food supplies to last a few months, but the king wants trade resumed before panic starts.
So I wonder why trade is disrupted in Orlais, or Orzammar. That's interesting. This plaque, this is the library, and we can't get in there from this side. The Grand Library of Halamshiral. The Winter Palace's collection of book is one of the world's largest. Only the library of the University of Orlais and the Imperial Palace Library compare. Famed cabinet maker Gustave Evolved Fontaine designed and built the shelves, the finest examples of his marquetry technique still in existence. We'll be getting in there later from the other side. Actually, I am just about out of time for this episode. So, now that we've finally gotten here, this noble's not going to talk to me, but I'm going to try.
I had hoped to tour the Royal Wing
Empress
Garden
invited
today.
I have heard they are the finest in the Empire. It's such a pity the wing is sealed.
Yeah, that's a real shame. Here's my babes. My buddies.
This dress uniform is preposterous. Formal armor would have been better.
Yeah. Alright, we're going to leave this episode here for right now that I've caught up with some of the crew. And there is a way to change the armor that the uniform that you're wearing, but I can't find the thing right now, so I'll have to keep looking for that. Anyway, here we are. We're in the Winter Palace, and it's going to be so much fun. I can't stand it. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you like the episode, please consider leaving a like or a comment, maybe subscribe. I appreciate everyone that I get. I'm actually up to a whole 10 subscribers now, which, you know, just makes me jump for joy. I was leaning into the microphone there. Sorry. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I get to see you next time. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.